with the Hood Mystic. Time to tap in now. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer.
Right now, I'm on my way to the hospital. I got to, get a couple tests done. Monkeypox shit is real, y'all. It's real. It's real. That's all I can say. Now, yo, take care of yourselves. You hear me? This shit is no joke. It's no joke.
They're never going to let you in the club, okay? And you, like the movie Django, you are the character of Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know the exact, terminology, but, not Uncle Tom, but, Uncle Tommy, or, you were a complete sellout.
First of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next, it's very interesting that I, again, would be called names or be compared to fictional characters because of who I choose to support. Again, these people who are calling and making these derogatory statements about me, who I choose to support, are denying the fact that, again, who are you to tell me that my personal experience is invalid? I think that that's something that a lot of Democrats need to look within, because how have you tried? Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips, and has not tried to do anything about our failing education system. So everything that she's promising she can do for you on day one, she could do right now, but she's not trying to. So that's something to for some Dems to take home. So are you telling me that with all the black wealth that exists here in Atlanta, with all the black millionaires that live here in Atlanta, why in the world do 92% of APS students are illiterate? Make it make sense. And we have Democratic mayors, we have Democratic city council members, we have Democratic commissioners, and for whatever reason, 92% of the kids here cannot read. That statistic did not exist in Nevada. So again, I don't know if it was the fact that I got lucky. I can't say that, oh my God, it's the teachers that suck out here. I would never demean our educators here in Atlanta. But what we can acknowledge is the numbers, sir. And so while you want to call me not smart, please tell me what your side has done to fix the illiteracy rate that we see in our black children. Absolutely nothing. And in fact, not only have they not done anything to address the illiteracy issue, but then they're further confusing your kids by telling them that men can give birth, by telling them that there's 53 genders, and that by telling them that your love for your best friend must mean that you are gay, you are a pansexual, asexual. Kids under the age of anything high school should not be thinking anything sexual, period. Sexual should not even be in their vocabulary. So for you to say that I'm not smart because I'm willing to call out all of the degeneracy that exists within our current education system only points to your lack of intelligence and your lack of initiative to actually do something in regards to saving our children and saving our schools.
Everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Time to tap in now.
Everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
It's a full moon tonight.
Time to tap in now. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic.
Let me see those hands in the air.
You are now tapped in
Everybody jump.
with the Hood Mystic.
I project myself outside of myself and I talk to myself when I'm speaking.
You got to understand the science. You understand what I'm saying? Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. We back with another video. Shout out to y'all just leaving the hairdresser on a sweet Sunday. Shout out to y'all just leaving church, not letting your mama know you be playing with candles and rituals. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all the baby daddies, baby mamas, all the sons and daughters of baby mamas and baby daughters perpetuating the baby mama and baby daddy culture. We appreciate you. Shout out to my truck drivers. Shout out to my CNAs, my RNs, my LPNs, and my midwives. Man, and everybody else, man, that I didn't mention in this shout out, man, shout out to you. Happy for you to join me on this lovely Sunday. It's me and a cricket. So in between me talking, you might hear a cricket in the background. So let's give a round of applause for the cricket, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I have an exciting show for you guys. Exciting. Who am I kidding? When has the Hood Mystic ever been exciting? I mean, educational, informal, and spiritual. So if you're here for that, man, give me another round of applause. It's been a minute, man, and I haven't seen you guys in a while. I've been busy writing my book. What you will see is a QR code in the left-hand corner. And the link in the description will be a place where you could pre-order that book called Blue Magic. I've been in the lab. And another reality is that I haven't had internet service, but I feel like that was God's way of telling me to tap the fucking, lock in and do what I need to do as far as getting this book out. But yeah, we on good timing. Like I said, August 23rd, my gift from me to you guys is coming along great. And I'm just excited to, one, talk about it, have you guys read it, and we can work through this together as far as getting our monies together, understanding spiritual development, and all things considered. And please, support me by supporting yourself, utilizing the links in the description, or, got a new email address, Kyrie@hoodmystic.com. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you want to meet me in the central station so we can square up and duke it out, man, send me an email. I won't be there, but at least I know not to fuck with your ass. You feel me? Like, what the yeah. Anyways, man, I'm here for the conversation, and the conversation is a full moon. Reggie, let us know what it is.
Oh, yeah. It's a full moon tonight.
So let's talk about it. It's a very interesting full moon. We have the sun conjunct Mercury. Mercury, let me go ahead and do this because at a certain point, this damn cricket is getting on my nerves, and I don't even think y'all can hear it. Or maybe y'all can hear it. I'm going to cut on my Bluetooth and cut on some music and drown his bitch ass out, because what the hell? Who invited a cricket to the party? Let me go ahead and do that. Nasty work, man. And the thing about Bluetooth headphones, right? It would seem as though you could just hook them up, just hook them up. You feel me? but it's never a point where you could just hook up these goddamn Bluetooths. I gotta reconnect and connect it like it's the first time I ever did. Every time I'm trying to connect to these damn Bluetooth headphones, and it's aggravating. Shout out to all the crickets in the world that's getting on people's nerves. Let me throw on some background. That's not what I need, but because I can for sure go to another location because the reality of a cricket, you can't tell a cricket shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like cricket be like, no, nigga, you shut the fuck up. I was here first. You know what I'm saying? So if you've been like hip to my channel for a long time, like in my videos, crickets like to show up and be a part of the content. I personally don't know why. Maybe it's good luck, like Jiminy Cricket, wisdom, things of that nature. But I'm about to relocate. Let me cut off my camera. Because the thing about me is that I need to concentrate. And this cricket is getting too much damn airtime. Can't believe that damn cricket, bro. Damn cricket want to go viral. It's all good. I better not be no cricket in this office, or I know some. For sure, for sure. Peace. We back in business. We are back in business. Charging one up. All right. No damn cricket. So I can damn concentrate. All right. So we're here to talk about the full moon. And this full moon is doing a couple of different interesting things when it comes to placements. Now, the placements that we're actually talking about is 3 degrees and 23 degrees. 3 degrees for the full moon. The full moon takes place at 3 degrees Aquarius. The sun would, of course, be at 3 degrees Leo, conjunct Mercury, which is also at 3 degrees Leo, right? And then we talk about Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and Uranus for that matter. So it's 2 T squares that's taking place between Mercury, Mars, Moon, and then Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, and then Sun, Mercury, Moon, and Uranus is forming another T square. But the thing about these T squares in alignment with these full moons is that they're perfect. So I don't want you to go into this week thinking that, oh, this is just a normal, regular week. This is just a normal, regular week. The same thing is going to happen. No, this is a major shift, a major awakening. And there's just some things that I just want to talk about because if you haven't known, we've been under a particular spell, I would say, since 1977, right? That's when the spell was put on place. And when you look at this particular alignment, it is the spell releasing or the spell uplifting. So what the spell looks like is a bunch of crash out activities that would require you to need a lot of support on the back end. And the reality is like, why did you crash out in the first place? That's one of the keys to this energy this week. Like, if you have made mistakes, if other people have made mistakes in your life, this is kind of like the culmination of these particular energies. And I'll get into detail and I'll bring it back to this chart just to like freshen up our memories. But what we're looking at is a shift, a major shift in reality, a major shift in culture, and then ultimately, what type of relationship do you want to have with the world? Because on two levels, two things can be true at the same time. Like, it's a lot of real shit that's taking place. And the DNC, I think it's this week in Chicago. Man, it's been a lot of stuff that has been happening in Chicago in 2024. And it's been a lot of things that have been happening in Chicago since forever. You know, ever since I was a little child, Chicago has been one of them places that has been kind of like, man, maybe them people is under some type of witchcraft or spell work. And it's Chicago, it's Los Angeles, right? It's places that I personally just would never just move to and want to live in because the gang culture is so pervasive. And what I mean by pervasive is that there are, as a black man, you might be assumed to acquiesce to peer pressure, or be misidentified as or wearing the wrong colors in the wrong neighborhood. You date a girl, and it's just a bunch of politics that if you a black man and you don't want to be a part of gang lifestyle, gang culture, it's just certain cities you don't go to. Because it's certain cities that you go to where they don't even give a fuck about that gang shit. It's not even a thing for real. Black people. But when you talk about gangs, like real strong gangs, oh, you talking about spell work. You talking about magic. You talking about witchcraft. And you talking about getting a whole group of people and moving them further and further away from their soul, right? Further away from their soul and closer to the group. So the gang warfare that's in Chicago is going to come to a head this week. Let's just see, because I don't know. I might be speaking out of my ass, because I don't know. When is the DNC National Convention? Monday, August 19th through Thursday, August 22nd, 2024. Location, Chicago. Okay? This is a ritual of all rituals. Don't stay in Chicago. If you got the ability to leave Chicago this week, take your vacation days. This is a perfect time to take your vacation. And it's like, well, this is short notice. Yeah, my homeboy Hood Mystic, he having a birthday August 23rd, and he got his book, The Blue Magic, that's coming out. And I need to get it. I need to go to Ohio, or I need to go to Michigan personally. It's gonna take me 5 days to get to Michigan. It's only a 3-hour drive between Chicago and Michigan. Yeah, that's if you're in a car, right? I'm walking to Michigan. It's going to be a 5-day jihad, right? You could just start making up shit, but get out of work. Like, don't be in Chicago, downtown Chicago this week, because like this thing have been put into works. And Americans, we're so spoiled and so out of touch with reality that the whole world can suffer and we'll just be like, I love it here, or it sucks here, or whatever. Man, we haven't really seen anything in reference to what have been taking place in Democratic strongholds. Michigan, Detroit, uh, not really Detroit, somewhat Detroit, but Detroit and Michigan is two different worlds. So we're usually like most places, right, is blanketed by Republicans, conservatives. In the major cities are usually Democrat because that's where the people at, that's where the people need the help, and that's where the public can like really mobilize and get into some stuff. Well, when you have these conglomerations of people, the reality is just simply you don't know who is who and what is what. And maybe, and I'm not, and the real shit that I'm waking up to is that it's not about choosing a side at this point. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I'm a goddamn spiritual being having a human experience, observing all of this. And I'm just putting it out there because we talking about astrology, we talking about the future. Part of this, you have to kind of understand the catalyst that this week represents culturally, as far as the country, and then on a personal level. And realistically, it depends on how you look at it, right? You could say that you're more important than the culture, but that's kind of like egotistic, right? That's like very centrist. The world revolves around me. And that could be something that people really get into, still into, right? But at a certain point, you got to figure out how you're connected to the web. When we study astrology, what we're doing is studying the zodiac. Zodiacus, or the goddess of the zodiac, is a spider, is a web, right? And when you talk about the web of consciousness, the web of time, string theory, we are all connected to something larger. That's my perspective, right? And I feel that that is the proper perspective because what could I give to somebody when I say that the whole world revolves around me, or the whole world revolves around you? You will start believe it's easy to believe that shit too. Cause you wake up inside of your body, you gotta feed yourself, you gotta clothe yourself, you gotta do all of this shit for yourself. You gotta work and show up to work and maintain your relationships. It's easy to think that the whole world revolves around you, that you don't even get into politics, you don't get into your community, you just go to work, come home, take care of you. Well, in studying astrology, it's going to open you up to other people. Okay, that's the reality of this. The reality of me studying astrology, just studying it, observing it, is connecting me to thousands of people. That's what we're talking about on this video, astrology. And astrology is the study of stars, it's the study of influences. Influences come from higher energies beyond even the earth, beyond the sun. There are celestial forces, universal forces, influences, dare I say, aliens, supernatural forces, spirits, ghosts. There's a lot of shit going on, right? And so when you talk about an Aquarius moon and Saturn in Aquarius, you got to figure this shit out. And a lot of people is going to crash and burn in the last year and a half. Like it's a lot of crashing and burning because Aquarius and Pisces and Saturn is like, what have you been doing in these past 10 years? You can fool me, right? You can fool your mama, you can fool your boss, but you can't fool time. And when we talk about the Aquarius, it's about what you are giving to the collective. Now, shit, a lot of motherfuckers can just sit back and just be like, I take care of myself, hood. I take care of these kids, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? And be like, do you take care of these kids? Barely. POP, hold it down, baby. Like, that's a weird flex. Aquarius, though, is bigger than, the basic bare minimum shit that can get you through any other place, right? It starts to hurt. It always hurts, but it don't get real till you have to deal with the mental side of, damn, I don't give a fuck about nobody but myself. Because what's the rub on being egocentric? The rub is you probably broke as shit. You probably ain't got no type of motion. You probably lonely as hell because you don't want to develop that muscle to do the Aquarian thing, the community thing. And I'm telling you, the witchcraft is so pervasive throughout this whole entire process that I can start to see the strings kind of like peel off, the layers start to peel off and get to the root, into the core of this. And that's why I'm so excited about Blue Magic, not even like to plug it, but just on some real shit, getting to the bare bones of working you up into ritual, right? Because like when we talk about bringing things into reality, and that's the purpose of this actual live too, like bringing you to a point to realize that if I don't deal with the spiritual side of life, I'm in the middle of the ocean in a paddle boat without a paddle in the middle of a thunderstorm, praying to God that my boat don't flip over because I don't really truly believe and have faith in the inner wisdom kingdom of God is within side of shit. And this is big for spiritual people because spiritual people want to do all of the things without the battery or the electricity to power the things. And the electricity and the power is the fact of you having a soul. And we can talk about all of this. And this is why it's like, yeah, motherfuckers talking about astrology. I don't give a fuck. They don't even care about their soul. Motherfuckers talking about witchcraft and magic. Listen, I don't give a fuck. They don't even care about their soul. I don't care about what niggas is talking about. Because niggas is not trying to get to the root of nothing. Niggas is trying to make a couple of dollars. And that been the thing I've been telling y'all niggas the whole year. One's in the chat, if I've been telling y'all the whole year, watch out for these scammer spiritual motherfuckers. Watch how they fall off the face of the earth. Watch how they disappear and vanish into thin air. And you know why? You know why I know that a nigga is going to disappear? You know why I know that a fake spiritual witch is going to disappear? Because it's one area that you don't fuck with. It's one area that you don't fuck with, and it's this. Niggas can get all of the clout doing entertainment stuff, getting all of the clout doing, all of the showboaty shit, whatever you want to do, do it. Rap, music, be a scam artist and property, get niggas to buy real estate, crypto, do all that you need to do. But don't touch the spiritual shit if you don't give a fuck about it and you want to make the money. Because you should be able to offer an individual something spiritually that his soul receives or her soul receives and say, damn, I didn't even think about it that way. But if a nigga is telling you, yeah, your ass is fat, your ass is getting fatter. Ooh, girl, that ass, ooh, the waist is getting smaller and that ass is getting fatter. Ooh, them titties is looking perfect, girl. What is you doing? Oh, you working with Oshun. You looking good, girl. You getting your ass pat the whole day and calling it spiritual, and then double back and be like, well, hood, Why ain't anything working out? I got a reading from such and such, and they told me some bullshit. What do you think I can do about it? Nothing. It's really a wrap for making bad decisions. That spell is over with. You have to make the right decisions, and the right decisions are a matter of intuition. It's a matter of getting to the core of who you truly are. You like, and I'm so excited to be dealing with this stuff way before niggas even cared. And I'm not even sure people even care now because people still have the small lingering hope that they fucking job. Like, I hope you got a 401k. Like, at the end of the day, I hope you just been paying into your 401k for all of these years, and you'll figure it out, and you take the penalty and invest your 401k into something that will help the collective. If you ain't got no 401k talking about I love my job, it's the math is not mathing because they can lay you off at any moment. And do you got 6 months of income saved up? When you sit back and you like, because I'm like at an office space and I'm watching people do real business, and it'd be like 4,000, 17,000, 20,000. It just be exchanging. I'm like, oh, they playing with real money. Okay. They playing with real money. And it's like, yeah, they don't give a they not giving niggas no handouts. They not every democratic program that was going to help the public, help the youth, it ain't there. I remember growing up, they had welfare, girly get pregnant, they give her a house, place to stay, they give her cash, a monthly money, and they gave her food stamps, and they keyed her into all of the little philanthropists, little things that was going on, like Salvation Army on Christmas, and getting them bikes on Easter, like was plugged in. Now, the way, like, I don't know if that's right or wrong. I would imagine that it'll be wrong because when you enable bad behavior, it creates more bad behavior. If and it don't make a person, like, if a person, like, if you think about it, right? It's a person that gets a check every month that don't work for it. They spend that money because they know they're getting a check every month. Now, when we talk about blue magic and we talk about prosperity consciousness, you don't take this shit for granted. If you got $1,000, you got to actually think like, this is my last $1,000. What can I do to ensure that I can grow from this $1,000? How can I invest $1,000 or $100? Like, you got to start thinking like this because the spell, the spiritual buffer of crash out culture, that shit is over. You got to be so accountable metaphysically. You have to be accountable metaphysically because in Israel, in war-torn countries, you can still deliver mail. This nigga's still going live talking about astrology, and the damn bomb almost took their asshole off, but they like, damn, almost got hit by a ball. Anyways, today in Israel, like, people live their normal lives. It'd be a nigga like, man, I gotta go to work. I hope a bomb don't hit me today. And you can't even call your supervisor like, can I call off today? They just bombed my building. Well, if you don't, that's gonna be a no call, no show. We're gonna write you up for that. But I'm saying a bomb just hit my building. Yeah, life goes on, sis. We gonna have to. Are you coming or you not? Do you want to get rid up or not? I guess I come. Let me pick up my ass. You got to carry your ass all the way to the goddamn job because that's how real it is. I know people like want to like look at society and see it crumbling and then throw away accountability. If 2020 didn't teach you that, 2020, they gave niggas free rent for 2 years. Think about how crazy that is. Could have stacked that. Was you paying $1,500? You could have just been paying yourself that $1,500 a month. Niggas took it as a sign to buy Gucci, Louis, Pradas. Nigga, I was outside of the goddamn Foot Locker. Maybe I was getting me some Jordans too. But I seen all of us. We was all getting Jordans. We was all spending that money. And now the moratorium is off and they kicking motherfuckers out. Isn't like they kicking people out of businesses. And an economy is so bad. In 2020, if y'all remember, I said, man, move back in with your parents. Make that situation work. Hey, mom, I'm gonna pay the electric and the gas, and I'm gonna move back into my old room. It's not ego. It's not, oh, this nigga done fell off. Oh, you an ancient nigga. No, the economy is shit. The economy is worse for people that want to like do this shit still. Like imagine you being a young single bachelor and you wanting to have a lover and your girl is like, let's go to this goddamn expensive restaurant where we the only two people in there. And the reason that we in this restaurant, because I want you to impress these pennies off of me. I want you to impress these pennies off of me, spend $500 on this meal because you got it. And I need a nigga with some money. Yeah, in the economy like this, that's crazy. Y'all should be like making sandwiches. Because you're going to spend 50 on the lunch meat, the bread, and the condiments, and the drink, and the chips. That's an easy 50 where I'm at. So that's not even cheap. So I want to talk about the sun conjunct Mercury at Leo at 3 degrees. The refusal to conform to inappropriate rules. Some of society's constraints are life-denying and are to be resisted by those who claim freedom of expression, doing our own thing in our own way. So I look at Leo. Leo is ruled by Teth, right? Teth is it's a Hebrew letter. The Hebrew letter Tet is the 9th letter in the Hebrew alphabet and is pronounced like the English T. It is generally accepted to have a positive connotation of goodness and is connected to the Hebrew word tov, which means good, right? But pronounced Teth. Teth holds a paradoxical definition of both good and evil. Now, niggas, ladies, sisters, I'm gonna need y'all to walk with me. I'm gonna need y'all to walk with me. I'm gonna need y'all to understand something about sexual energy. It's good and bad. It's good and evil. Evil, let's not say bad. I want you to understand that sex could be the worst thing that ever happens to you. Like the worst. A lot of young women, they believe older women that sexualize themselves, that are having a great time. Man, that could be true, but that also could not be true. When we talk, and just to be frank, we're talking about Pambajira energy right now. And we have to explore this thought space in a holistic manner. I'm not being negative about sex or women or sexual energy because I actually understand it. I don't say I condone it, but I understand it to the point that I have zero judgment. I venerate divine sexual feminine energy via the consort of myself and my divine goddess, Pambajira, who is very sexual, very real. But at the same time, there's also a 52 fake out being played on the women every single fucking day. Because it's one of two things, right? It is the casual sex, I can have sex with anybody I want, versus I'm gonna have sex for money. But we also can layer casual sex and I'm gonna have sex for money being the same thing. So if you're gonna say, I'm gonna have sex with a stranger for money, and then you say, oh no, I'm not gonna do that, that's dangerous. That man could R word me, he can unalive me, he can do all of these negative things to me. That's true. But casual sex, guess what he can do? One's in the chat. If a casual sexual partner can R word you, can unalive you, can give you a sexually transmitted disease, the only difference between the casual sex partner and the female sex worker is that at the end of the day, the female sex worker can say, at least I got some cash out of this. What can the lover of casual sex, and casual sex to me is boyfriend, girlfriend sex. This relationship ain't gonna last forever. We just in it for the moment. When I feel this relationship ain't working, I'ma move on. Why? Because I'm gonna do my own thing in my own way. And it's cool. But that's a spell. That's a deep spell because the man that's rich that falls in love with you, if he's rich, he didn't do his own thing in his own way to become rich. You got to sacrifice, acquiesce. You got to put in the hours. You got to put in the time. You got to, brown nose, brown ball. I don't know. What are they doing out there in the streets? Black ball. I don't know. They doing a bunch of different things to get to the top. And whenever you in a system, you got to acquiesce to that system. Doing your own thing, your own way, it comes from a lack of understanding spiritual systems. Venus, in all of her glory, don't just say, all right, today I'm in goddamn Venus, today I'm in Leo, but tomorrow I'm gonna be in goddamn Pisces because I just do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm Venus, nigga. Who the fuck you think you talking to? I can be in any constellation I fucking very well please. I am a strong, independent planet, nigga. Now, today I'm in Leo. Tomorrow I'm in Pisces because I'm a boss ass bitch. I am the boss's bitch. I'm Venus, nigga. What do you mean? I'm the planet. So you think that you're gonna tell me what to do? You're saying I'm in retrograde, huh? I'm going back 20 degrees. I think not. I'm not going retrograde this season. How about that? I'm Venus, nigga. Why Venus don't do her own thing in all her own way? These planets, they operate and move in such of a structure, such of an order that it's not random. It's actually science and it's observation. Science and observation is not doing your own thing your own way. Now, who benefits from the energy? The people who like this is how fucked up in the head we are. Hey, listen, you got to do it like this in an order, in a row. Like it's very important that you be structured in your spiritual protocols. Like this is very important. Nah, I think I'm gonna do my own thing in my own way. You wouldn't even do that if you worked at goddamn McDonald's. But when it comes to uncovering your spiritual truth, niggas is like, yeah, I listened to such and such online. She the truth. Where is such and such at now? Oh yeah, you gotta deal with her behind a paywall. So that means you gotta make a certain amount of money to even be in her presence, huh? Yeah, and this is how you go uncover your spiritual truth by paying into a paywall. See, this is it gets a little crazy and it gets a little dicey. But once again, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Because it's two things. It's Pambajira. It's Pambajira. And there's also the Kali Yuga. And if you can remember, see, it take a long way for you to see if you're doing the wrong thing, right? If you're doing the wrong thing and you're crashing out, you're like, let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it frank, and then we're going to talk about Pambajira. Right? Let's just keep it frank. If you have the mindset that you can do whatever you want, you can screw whoever you want, you can lay with whoever you want, that's the wrong direction for your energy. And as long as you think that way, that's you going further and further off the path. When you say, damn, I got to really get some direction and order to my life, you got to make your shit, you got to come back all the way home. You got to come back all the way, because what you can't do is keep going the wrong direction, because the wrong direction is always going to be the wrong direction. Chaos is always going to be chaos. It's never going to be order. And we live in the world that is centered on entropy. Give me a second. So what I was doing was grabbing these markers. These two markers together represent order. They're together, they're order. Now, if I throw them in the air, they're gonna go random places. That's entropy. That's life. It's all gonna go random places. If I don't get off my ass and grab those two markers, they're going forever. Because entropy doesn't return to order. The reasons that humans have existed on this planet for so long is because they understand order. They practice order. They move orderly. Now, like I stated earlier, what's so fucked up about us is if I told you, listen, you could do whatever you want to do, but you got to do it in this order, most people will never do it. Because when we talk about Leo energy, we're talking about Teth, we're talking about sex. See, sex is good and evil. Sex, mind-blowing orgasms, but let's keep it real. If you're the type of person that have casual sex, you're addicted to sex like fucking heroin. And you're letting the heroin ruin your life. It could be pornography, it could be goddamn gigantor dicks, dildos, all types of weird shit that goes on in people's bedrooms because they treating sex like it's heroin. And the good thing about sex, or the bad thing, depending on how you look at it, you niggas never have to talk about it. Whole time, sexual deviant. Whole time, porn addict. So when I'm talking about spiritual things, I like to preface it or bookend it with sexual energy because this is how we got here. And when we leave, you know what energy? All right. So it's right there in front of our eyes. You just have to begin to look at it. The Death Tarot card. In astrology, the Death Tarot card is associated with the fixed water sign of Scorpio. Once in the chat, if you see that the Death Tarot card is ruled over Scorpio. Now, Scorpio is ruled over what body part? Scorpio is associated with the reproductive organs. So that means that you live through Scorpio. One's in the chat, if y'all can see that. And you could also, when you die, you going back where? To Scorpio. One's in the chat, if y'all see that. So when you talk about Leo, and this whole shit is about life is a lot of shit. You can solve a lot of shit if you start dealing with this sexual energy shit because it bears going without saying. Like I talk to people, I talk to men my whole life because I'm very relatable and I understand a lot of different shit. And what I've understood with men is that they could be great human beings, but they're fucking sexual deviants. They can't stop jacking off. You tell them, hey, big boy, and they dick is out. One's in the chat. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm posting that. Hey, listen, and the reason, and I wouldn't even be mad at a woman being hypersexual, right? Yeah, you've been fucking with some lame ass niggas that ain't did nothing but pull their dick out in front of you. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't be mad at you. Like, I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is my first lifetime as a man. You know what I'm saying? Most of my lifetimes, I've been a woman. So the psychology of a woman in sex, I get it. But trust me, nobody is telling you that it's drug induced. It's a drug induced relationship. It's a trauma bond. You're not gonna go to no Bank of America and tell them, oh man, this nigga just digged me down so good yesterday. You would not believe it. Can I withdraw $20,000? It'll never happen. Anywhere you go, people are gonna hold their pearls, clutch their pearls. Like, I can't believe you did that stupid shit. And you know it too. That's why you gonna do all of the freaky shit and you just gonna keep it under wrap. Hey Hood, you always talk about sex when you talk about spirituality. Yeah, you just don't talk about it. You just want to exist in a world where you're a fucking whore and then you're fucking deviant and you just don't want to talk about it. Listen, potential, it will go down to fucking just being sexually weak. Like sexually weak, not understanding your hormones. Like it is crazy. Because sexual energy have nothing to do with the opposite sex. But then when you add in male validation, female validation, like you could be a type of person and you'd be like, man, girls don't like it when I have sex with them. But it's like you could also have a mentality like, shit, this girl's supposed to please me. What type of sexual techniques do you got? What if you meet a woman and she just like OD wants to please you? Like, think about that shit. She's like, damn, you just Or what if you just the type of man that's like, I want a woman to please me sexually? It's different roles in this game called sex. It's submissive roles, it's dominant roles. It's all different types of mentalities that you can adapt, that you can get what you want out of sex at a mental and emotional level, and the physical is just a cherry on top. But if you fall into the spell work that you got to be Johnny D. Slanger out here in these streets, you falling into the spell. And trust me, I don't think sex is bad. I just think that when you green, when you just out here doing it, oh yeah, that shit is treacherous. That shit is terrible. When you just think you can just do it, like I'm like I will like I don't care. Like I just feel like that's the lamest shit in the world. Oh, I like this person, so let me have sex with him. That same energy you could have used to make $5,000. What like that shit's really like the I guess Palmajira is really like channeling me right now because she's just like very frustrated at a girl that's just having like who had sex last night and ain't got shit from it but a goddamn hurt back. You don't got a place to stay. You don't got $40. You just was like, man, I love the sex. The sex is good. That's the same as heroin, sis. That's the same as goddamn alcohol. That's the same as crack. If you can get money from something, but you can also get a good feeling from it, you know what that's called? That's called getting high off your own supply, dog. That's one of Biggie's 10 crack commandments. Some consider Pombajira a whore, slut, prostitute, or devil woman. Once again, that's the 52 fake out to get you outside of the energy. Because we are Americans, we don't know about American entities. The only entities that we know is African entities and Indian entities. When it comes to our own homegrown entities that our ancestors have worked with, even the energies that I'm talking about are pre-colonial entities that have been suppressed, repressed, and depressed, compressed, and to the point that you have to do some real deep inner work to even get to a concept of Pambajira. And me, my personal relationship with Pambajira is that we were together for 6 months in real life. Like, like for real. I was with a goddess that was like selling pussy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just along for the ride. I'm a driver. I met her a lot of different times. And to really be put on to it in a way where, listen, I'm not that type of guy. I'm very green. I'm very beginner. I had to literally get pulled off the porch into the streets, into the fire. Like, yeah, this is what the underworld look like. I'm in seedy bars. Niggas like, what's your name? I'm like, David. Oh, hey, David. I had to come up with aliases and more shit. And I'm in this spiritual journey. And once the spiritual journey is over, it's over. Right? But the experience is still the experience. Channeling is real, possession is real. You could be with somebody right now that they telling you that their name is Thomas. You could be fucking Zeus right now. Like, yeah, girl, can you believe I gave Zeus some pussy last night? Yeah, he possessed this nigga named Thomas at the bar. This is what they talk about in the Bible. The sons of God. Listen, bro, I'm not making shit up. Y'all be having casual sex and be fucking demons. The thing about the Bible is that niggas think it's talking about an old book, and they wasn't. The Nephilim were in the earth in those days. What days are those? Those days are now. And also after that, when the sons came in unto the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. That's not allegory. That's not something that they're just saying to be cool. Nah, they saying a spirit, when you sexually open and you don't do the actual work, religious knowledge is to protect your stupid ass from demons. Do y'all understand that? Because if you don't have God in your life, then that means you got a demon in your life. And it's so easy. Like, ladies, how easy is it to get some cock tonight? One's in the chat. If you wanted some cock tonight, it would be easy. And this is for the ladies only. If you wanted to call the janitor from your job and tell him, guess what, Bruce? The restaurant is open late tonight. Tell me that Bruce wouldn't be there. Jippity jump jack flash. By the time you hit in, you're going to hear the doorbell. Ding dong. Bruce, I thought you said you lived on the other side of town. I know. I walked here. I don't know how I got here that fast. I was speed walking. Bruce. Stop thinking it's a game. That's all I'm saying. Stop thinking, oh yeah, I'm protected by my ADT security system. Listen, spirits, they are not detected by the fucking security alarm system. What the hell? The way that you cover your hair, the way that you cover your body, the way that you speak, the way that you even understand who you. And I guess a man can understand, because a man can actually be with a beautiful woman and see the treasure and joy that is within her. And the thing of it, and this is the crazy part, this is the mind fuck. You ever keep telling a girl, oh, you look so good, you so beautiful. Damn, girl, you look so good. At a certain point, she'll be like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Oh, lame ass nigga. Shut the fuck up. Why do you keep telling me I look good? I don't feel like I look good. If she don't feel like she look good and you keep telling her she look good, you're going to aggravate her and irritate her. So what I'm saying is, it's easy for me to say, oh my God, protect yourself, value yourself. But see, this game, this spell work, that's all I'm going to say. This spell work is deep. So let's bring it to Palmagera. Palmagera is the Scarlet Woman, the Sacred Harlot, and is the Lady of the Crossroads and Streetlights, an Afro-Brazilian spirit. Now, when they say Afro-Brazilian, I'm going to give you that, but I'm going to also take that away. She is an American spirit. Because they don't know about Palmagera in Africa. There's no Palmagera African spirit. Palmagera is Brazilian, and Brazil is in South America. No ancient American put a line between Mexico and the United States. That's a European invention. The Mayans, Aztecs, Incas could be the same as the Mohawks, Cherokees, and the Iroquois. Because none of these groups called themselves what the European had called them. So within the naming of these groups, and then you identify, oh, I'm an Algerian, I'm a Nigerian. Nigga, Nigeria was created in 1950. Your bloodline go back to the beginning of the creation of life. So This is why I say we are spiritual beings having a human experience. But if we want to be technical, we have to start talking about American entities, because these are the entities that are our ancestors, that our ancestors grow up to be and become and understand and overstand themselves to be. But we at a certain level, like the average black person, bro, you can't even talk to them about possession. One's in the chat if it is hard for you to discuss spiritual truths with your close friends and family members. Like you want to get into, man, maybe that nigga's possessed. And niggas will start looking at you like, what the fuck you mean possessed? Like, yeah, motherfucking spirit is inside of that motherfucker animating them. Our uncle is not our uncle no more. Whatever liquor he done drunk, done birthed the whole spirit inside that nigga. And no, don't have him around the kids, is all I'm saying. Cause then motherfuckers will always say this. Yeah, my family members, that's where I experienced all of my SA and molestation, domestic violence, and all of that. Yeah, fuck them niggas. Yeah, you got a spirit. I don't care if you got my goddamn daddy, mama, nigga, it's up and it's stuck. Because you are not the person that I love. You are not my family member. Motherfuckers be like, oh, you sound crazy. But then want to double back and cry, like, I can't believe he did that to me. I can't believe it. And then niggas like, and then you was like, what is a spirit? A spirit is when you looking at your mugshot, like, I don't even know how the fuck I ended up here in this situation. You start talking, you start telling them, hey, I think that motherfucker possessed. Motherfucker start looking at you like, what you mean? Yeah, I think something wrong with you, man. You like what you been like you be watching that damn YouTube shit a little bit too much. And it's like, nah, it's actually in books, but fuck it. Pombagira is the crossroad where these traditions meet. She is a goddess of power, eroticism, death, and vengeance. And this is the crux of spirituality. Like being able to stand on top of your orgasm like a king, like like man or woman. Like you could be a spiritual being and you probably just be like, damn, I'm just trying to chill, work on my video. You know what I'm saying? And your nigga like, hey, let me get some pussy about you. You like, man, I'm trying to stretch, do a little push up, pull up, dip. Be like, yeah, I understand. You be like, damn, I'm sick. He be like, you probably need some dick. That's why you sick. You know what I'm saying? That nigga be like draining you of your energy, right? You ain't winning because you locked in with a nigga. You ain't winning. Like that nigga don't even see your soul. Like he looking at that goddamn pussy. He getting that pussy about you for free. You know what I'm saying? He's your boyfriend. So what that means? It's your boyfriend. So you gotta give him some of that pussy when he want it, right? Right? It's your boyfriend. It's only right. Give him a little pussy here and there. But what happens when the relationship over? What you gonna do? Get another boyfriend? Hey, you gotta stand on top of your power. You can't like relate your energy to a nigga. You can't relate your energy to a woman. Like in order to get to this Pambajira understanding, like the power of it, you gotta because it's a level of not necessarily no, because no, I feel like it's too late. Like if I gotta tell you no, I don't want to fuck, then I probably said yes a whole bunch of times. Like we in a bedroom, you like, no, I don't want to do it right now. And it's like, wait, how you naked in my bed and not want to? You know what I'm saying? You should have. Where does the no come from? It comes from like not going on dates with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like really figuring out how to spend your time in a space where you're not feeling like, damn, I'm a nothing ass motherfucker. I don't got nobody lame ass nigga around me to drain me of my energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta actually be like by yourself with yourself in a positive energy. Like, and then like to start to see your sexual energy as life force energy, as Kundalini energy. Cause it's great if you can find somebody that you want to do spiritual work with. That's great. But usually you gotta do this shit for yourself by yourself. And because it's like breathing. As much as I breathe, I can't breathe for my wife. So to understand my sexual energy is the same as breathing, me understanding my breath. This is really the power. And so, like, to tiptoe that line and see the sexual energy and not say, damn, I gotta have somebody, damn, I gotta have sex, damn, I gotta do this, damn, I gotta, you just gotta really stand on top of it. It converts itself to different things like channeling, um, downloads, all types of shit. But it's all sexual energy. And you know the difference between a person that's winning versus a person that's losing. And it's clear as day. Cause tell me that you're gonna call Beyonce and be like, yo, come through. You know what I'm saying? We having a kickback. You know what I'm saying? I want some of that pussy. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be looking at you like, what the hell? I'm on world tour, nigga. Like, what the fuck? And you will see it in a megastar, a superstar, like you on the cusp of greatness. Like a lot of times people will be like right there, like they be rubbing shoulders with people. And they can make that leap, they can make that jump forward, but they don't because they don't understand the power of sexual energy. They just be sitting back like, yeah, I hope a nigga give me an opportunity. I hope this happens for me. But it's like Pambajira, she has dominion over sex for pleasure and power. Like a black woman in a room, oh my God, bro. Stop playing, dog. Y'all's like a black woman in a room on top of her sexual energy. She got the peace and the calm of the fire of her soul. She did Kundalini work. She been goddamn meditating. She's serious about her fucking spiritual work. Listen, if I'll be out and about, and if ever I see a woman that's on top of her goddamn spiritual work, nigga, I'm captivated. One's in the chat if y'all ever see a black woman in public and you like, damn, she on top of her shit. God damn. Don't it move you in a way like it's no other person on the planet? Like we talking about goddesses and women here. Women, you can text them tonight. Hey, I'm about to come through. All right, Bruce, just the kid be under the doormat. That's a woman for you. A goddess, you don't even want to even, you be like, is there anything you need from me, ma'am? Like, do you need me help? Like, can I be a part of whatever you got going on? Like, I'm just trying to. Y'all gotta actually see that difference in yourselves, right? You actually can like that. That's what Kundalini is in a sense. That's what sexual energy is. It's not something like sneaky under the covers. It's something that you like you stand on. You just on top of it. You have power, and when you're in a room, it's so interesting when a person wanna derail my path. Like that's the funniest shit to me. Like somebody might call me, like this some shit happened, like somebody wanted like to like disrupt my day. And I'm just so fixated and focused on my course in life that I know the difference between getting off path and staying on path. I know the difference. It's a clear difference. And you should be able to see that difference in everything that you do, and even more so be able to show up with the energy. And the energy is not secret. The energy is not like, I don't know how I'm gonna better my life, I don't know how I'm gonna get in good graces and all this. Understand your sexual energy as a goddess, like understanding the power of the orgasm in a way that you're not touching that little clitoris. You're not pulling out that toy. You're not pulling out that squid. You're not pulling out that rose. You're not pulling out that Got 3000. You're not getting on the goddamn dating apps. You're not getting on the hookup apps. You just standing in your energy. You throwing on your white dress. You throwing on your white hair wrap. You throwing on your gold accessories. You putting on your oils. You doing your facial routine. You taking your bath. You steaming. You doing everything you need to do in reference for your life to be what you want it to be. And you show up with that energy. You got dicked down by Tyrone last night. And you go into your fucking job and they like, bitch, shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear this shit. And you like, everybody is against me. No, you against yourself. The nigga that you fucking, do you think Beyonce would give him some pussy? Delusional chicks like, yeah, she probably would. That's why I don't know. That's why I don't even post my nigga online. Gotta keep him from goddamn Beyonce's ass. Boy, wow. Pambajira is an oracular spirit who can reveal the past and future, but she can be a brutally plain spoken truth teller. And that's why Pambajira and me is like best friends. Cause like at first I'd be kind of confused. Like, is this a Pambajira channel or is this my uncle? Like, what the hell? Shout out to my uncle Reggie. You understand? he in the spiritual realms right now, but he was a drunk ass nigga talking shit all the time. You understand? So it'd be like a drunk ass nigga talking shit. You'd be like, Uncle Reggie, is that you? He'd be like, no, this Pompa nigga. You gotta tell the truth. I'm like, all right. Like at first, this is a video that I did where I'm doing like this channel of Pambajira. You can probably search for it, but it's just like real ass shit. And I'm just like, damn. I personally don't even be wanting to talk like that for real. I be wanting to like figure out a nice way to say it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm doing Pambajira work, she be like, you need to stop motherfucking fucking for free, bitch. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you out here giving this nigga all this good free pussy. Like, what's wrong with you? Stop. Like, it's a drug. You know what I'm saying? Go to goddamn, we gonna do an intervention. Me, your mama, your uncle, your sister, your cousin, we all coming to where you at. We come into your goddamn apartment. And we not gonna come where you think we gonna come. Guess where we gonna come, bitch? We coming at 2:00 in the morning. You all be like, Bruce, is that you? You'll be like, no, bitch, it's us. This is our intervention, girl. You're going to have to stop getting dick on the late night. It's draining you of your energy. You showing up all crazy. Talking about, I just don't know what's wrong. I can't concentrate. It's just like my life is just turning into shambles. And when you get into that low depressive state, you can just walk out to the goddamn social media app like, hey, big head. And you'd be like, yeah, what head we talking about? You like, you know what head I'm talking about, and it's just a wrap. It's just too easy. Anything easy gotta be bad at this point. It gotta be bad if you really start to think about it. But let you tell it, this is gonna be your husband or something. Bruce is not about to be your husband. Whoever needs to hear this, hear me now. Bruce is not a future husband, nothing of the sort. Okay. Bruce is coming at 2 a.m. and he leaving by 4 a.m. He ain't gonna come with no weed. He ain't gonna come with no food. He coming with boxers and dick. That's not husband material. And it's so much work that needs to be done on you to even get to a place where you even want to actually, for real, put yourself in a position to actually be honest and open with a man in that way. Because the way that people have been relating to men have been very secretive, very, under the covers, and then maybe online internet romance, nigga you met online dating. He said he was serious. What happened? You found out he got goddamn 2 baby mamas, a damn wife. He like boys. Let's not forget that the niggas that's hypersexual, they hypersexual both ways. Is y'all really ready to talk about it? Ooh, that did good, girl. Yeah, but it go on both sides of the fence. That's why it's so good. Nigga be getting techniques from all different types of people. Y'all don't want to talk about it. Y'all want to keep doing heroin. Y'all want to keep doing heroin, calling it love, calling it connection. No, don't ask her for information unless you're ready to hear unvarnished truths. Pampagira's origins are mysterious. No, they're not. They're just American, and nobody can say anything about America. America, in our context, is African. Like Africa is America. Like everything came from Africa, even the spirits. That's only in Brazil. How you make that make sense? She is not worshipped in African traditions, only in Brazil, but she from Africa. Can y'all please make it make sense? We Americans, and we don't have any American cultural, spiritual traditions outside of African traditions, and they're great. Osho, Ochosi, Ogun, my Naga, my nerve. However, over here on this West Coast, on this West Side, we got our own entities and energies that we need to tap into. And we don't need to separate them in reference to African or Indian or nothing. We just need our homegrown entities and energies. Because she is not worshipped in Africa, only in Brazil, only in America. Pamba gira is sometimes translated as whirling dove, which is not inappropriate, as many Pamba giras love to dance. So we talking about our exotic dancers, our pole dancers, ashe. You know what I'm saying? That's really how you really channel the energy. You don't channel the energy by fucking Bruce. Okay? Do a little dance. And listen, the twerkers got way more money than the girls that's like, I'm talking about the real twerkers. There's like twerking school, twerking classes, twerking dances. When's in the chat you ever seen the twerking classes? They doing big things. Shout out to Pambajira. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at that. It's better than getting cracked on the 2 o'clock in the middle of the night. Nobody know about. You know what I'm saying? Way better to express your sexual energy through dance than getting cracked by Bruce. And I really want to ask, you know what I'm saying, how many women be actually dancing though? Like not even on because the Americanized, modernized way of like, girl, I just been working so hard. You know what I'm saying? And think about Fridays, Saturdays. It's a whole culture that's centered in the clubs and people dancing. That's a spirit because you could go to the club and see goddamn Susie on the dance floor. That's the receptionist at the call center that you work at. She goddamn busting that thing wide open and then gonna show back up on Monday with a goddamn pantsuit on, telling you make sure the memos is in by 10. Susie, I just seen you busting it wide open on the dance floor. I don't understand what you're talking about a memo at this point. And when we talk about it, like this is such a powerful energy. Like black people are so powerful, man. Like so very powerful. And in the ways that we do spiritual things, it's like in the ways that like people don't fully like our magic is in dance, right? And you would be like dancing because we black, right? We melanated. We might think like dancing, man, like we all can dance. We all got a little rhythm to us and stuff like that. But was in the chat, if there's whole groups of people that can't catch the one beat to save their life. Not racial. Like it's some black people that don't have rhythm, white people that don't have rhythm, people of all races that don't have rhythm, right? But then it's a people that a group of people that do have rhythm, and the rhythm is like a natural movement that's tied into the fabric of the universe, tied into time. Dancing is so spiritual that I would say if you don't dance even a little bit, you're not fully tapped in for real. Like at the end of the day, like when we talk about how to tap in, how not to tap in, you think that listening to a bitch fucking ramble on topics is going to tap you into some spirit, or some drum beat in the movement of your body is going to tap you into some spirits. Hey, listen to these goddamn energetically broke hoes your whole life, and they not gonna bring you to no type of salvation. But say, for instance, the music start to playing and the drums start to going, and you start to move in your body. See, this is a whole modality and an experience for us to get to a different level at any point in time. And in any ways for you to get into spiritual work, spiritual development, you could be a fucking master if you just dance. That's what makes them special. But you know what they try to do? They try to bring you into their schools. They try to bring you into their institution, into their jobs, and you like, all right, can we have a dance break? You know, some jobs I've been to in the orientation, they'll be like, all right, stand up and let's start dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's start moving, because they know if they just hit you with that mumbo jumbo, you're gonna be bored, you're gonna be disengaged. And even more so, jobs, they don't give a fuck about your spiritual development, not one bit, right? But you should care about your spiritual development, and you should be like, well, if I wanted to tap in and I didn't have no gizmos, no gasmos, and I just had me, you start drumming and you can start moving. You can use anything to drum. You know what I'm saying? You can drum on your goddamn floor, you know, and start the movement. Like you can start to really generate some shit. And if you start to like, if you really think about it though, look on Instagram, TikTok, the most important things that happen on these platforms is what? Dancing, the TikTok dance, the synchronized dance, the hip dance. Like in every region, there's a different style of dancing. In New York, it's the Harlem Shake. In the DMV, it's the little shuffle. And Florida, it's the Boss Man D-Lo dance. You know what I'm saying? Like it's dances all over the country. In LA, they got the crunkin', you know, Midwest, like Milwaukee, they got a whole different flow. Detroit got the foot stepping, footworking, and all of that. Chicago, they do the footworking. Like dancing, if you can do it right and you can monetize it, you can make a good living off of dancing. Dancing is powerful, but even at a spiritual level, you are like if you want to stop playing, like and you look good, you might want to do a little dance for a goon or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the rent is like you below, they cut off the moratorium, like you low on rent, you might be down to your last 100. I would say get 20 on some candles, do a whole bunch of candles, do a nice little seance, get you some incense, like, you know, incense. We get into the smudge kit a little later, you know, get a like nice little smoky vibe, put the music on, start do a little dance for spirit. Like you want more, you know what I'm saying? Pay that rent. You know what I'm saying? You start getting little cash apps here and there. You know what I'm saying? Get some cash apps. You start dancing for them spirits. Sometimes when people refer to Pombagira, they mean Maria Padilla or vice versa. The names are frequently used interchangeably. Maria Padilla is in this lifetime Tina Marie. Okay. If you want to deal with Pombagira on Maria Padilla's side, Tina Marie. And the reason why is that there are many Pombagiras. I'm a Pombagira. You can be a Pombagira. She can be a Pombagira. There isn't just one Pombagira. There are many paths. There are multiple paths of one goddess, and Pambajira have many different flanks. So, in different areas, she is the true goddess of the West, right? She is the suppressed, depressed, and compressed goddess of the West. So, what can she not do? It's not a lot that she can't do. And Pambajira lives in each of us through our Kundalini fire, through our ability to do things our own way. But even in that, it's kind of a misnomer. It's like you should at least know, and you should at least try to get an understanding of the energy. Maria Padilla may be the queen of Pambajira. It's possible that at least some of the other Pambajiras are vestiges of the fairy court of beautiful female spirits who serve as the entourage of Spain's Maria Padilla. So, yeah. More or less, right? More or less, what we're talking about is the Kali Yuga. And it could be, maybe, no. There is an entity or an energy called Kalunga, the mother of waters. And what we're talking about is the Kali Yuga. And this is just the time that we're in where, let's start from the beginning. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from childhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. This is like basic, fundamental, spiritual 101. If this isn't like, see, because when you're talking to somebody, it's like, oh man, yeah, I can't get right, man. I keep fucking up, man. It's just my life's so bad. I just can't figure it out. I can't. And it's like, do you realize that your soul was in a whole nother body in a previous lifetime? Do you sit and ponder on that? Or are you just so caught up in the human ego side of your life? So when you talk about it, it's like this is something that like in your relationships, like people close to you, your kids, your immediate family, you gotta start looking at these people like, okay, this is a soul that had a previous life before this life, and it's a reason that we're in close proximity, but it's probably in reference to the soul. The self realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Basic shit. You cannot, like, I promise you, I don't give a fuck about what you're going through in your life. Spiritual people not going to tell you that because they make money off of convincing you that they're going to help you in this life. And fuck this life. What is this life important to the life that I lived? Not the past life and not the life past that, but my 1,078th life, right? I could do 100 push-ups in 10 seconds in that lifetime. I want to go back to that lifetime. Said nobody. Said nobody. Ah, man, I remember when we was in France in 1500. I was a goddamn peasant, bruh. I wish I could go back to being a peasant, man. This goddamn 2024, like, as individuals, I promise you, I want to get to a place where we understand that we're souls, and in this body is just a moment in time that really don't fucking matter. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such change, right? The final volume of Srimad Bhagavatam includes a description of Kali Yuga or the Age of Darkness. This is just what the reason why you had never seen a world with Sukihana in sexy red is because people understood their souls. The reason why we live in a world with people like King Von and Bloodhound Lil Jeff and drill rappers and Julio Fulio and Young and Ace and all of these, for lack of better words, murderers that we listen to their music is because we live in an age of the darkness. Can y'all clock that, or can we clock that, or no? Because a lot of y'all want to be like, well, I don't listen to that rap, but y'all got kids and y'all kids listen to that rap. And this is the shit that they own. They on sliding on the ops. And when we used to talk about like, yeah, we gonna ride on these suckers. We wasn't really trying to ride on nobody. We was trying to play our goddamn Sega Genesis or PlayStation NFL Game Day at the end of the day. We was not sliding on the ops. These kids now is like sliding all day, every day, trying to figure out how to kill people. That's hip hop in this current day and age. I'm gonna do this shit right now, see if I'm lying. Because I could be lying. It could be a gang of positive energy. I'm going on rap caviar. It's up. Okay, they got some positive songs on here. It ain't that dark. It ain't that dark. Couple of dark. It's some dark shit on here. Some dark shit. Anyways, there's a song called Red Rum. If you reduce Red Rum backwards, that read murder. So I just show you how 21 Savage is coming. So first off, for the Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, you just gotta be like, yeah, this is the age of darkness. Like, it's the age of darkness. It's like the reason that I say this is because we can't ever have a conversation on the soul. I'm talking about the soul in every video, every book, every concept, and niggas just acting like, yeah, man, this nigga over here always talking about the soul, man. This nigga always talk about the soul. One's in the chat if I'm always talking about the damn soul. Cause I want to talk to niggas, and the only thing we talking about is the self-realized soul. Because if a nigga talking about anything else, you subject to the winds of change, and the winds of change don't have nothing to do with nothing. So it's the Sada Yuga, the golden age where humanity existed as one, the Treta Yuga, the birth of war and disease, the Vapara Yuga, divisions deepen, including the parsing of the Vedas into 4 books out of 1, and the Kali Yuga, the age of darkness and deception. That's what we're living in right now. Then, O King, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, memory will, all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali. So our ability to understand and overstand religion, failing. Truthfulness, failing. Cleanliness, failing. What do you mean cleanliness is failing? You don't take a bath? STD rates in Houston. Let's look up STD rates in Houston. According to 2022, syphilis cases are increasing in Houston. I am not clapping nothing in Houston. Just know that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is dirty down there. I need to like do something different, right? Stop clapping things on the first link. I know it's hard when you black and beautiful to not clap on the first link, but at a certain point, we need to establish these boundaries and these rules. Tolerance, that's gone. Mercy, that's gone. Duration of life. Young kids is getting killed at 22. Physical strength. Young kids, one's in the chat, these kids, they don't be having no muscles for real. They just be skinny. They be a different type of skinny. I don't know. If you grew up in the 80s or 90s and you in the world now, the kids is a lot more skinnier than they used to be. One's in the chat. And memory, we don't even realize our previous life. Our pineal glands is calcified. We don't even have dreams no more. In Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered the sign of a person's good birth, proper behavior, and fine qualities, and law and justice will be applied only on the basis of one's power. So we live in a society in this world where the government they create all the rules and they tell you who's bad and who's good. And let's not be confused about this. Let's not be confused about this. This is the Federal Reserve System. The Federal Reserve System is the central bank of the United States. Do you not think that this bank, like, do you honestly think that this bank is not connected to the government? You think this is like a separate entity from the government in real life? Are you serious? The Federal Reserve System is the US government, if you ask me. And the policies that they put down, like, they determine what's right and what's wrong. The bank. So many wars, so many riots, so many governments have been taken over simply because corruption in the bank. And that's what we're dealing with. We're looking at it from the external and we're not looking at it from the internal. We don't understand our power because we're viewing power from an external lens. Once again, what's the most important thing? The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Like, dog, I'm the same. I look the same that I've looked ever since I've been an adult. Why would I get old? That's why I'm saying it's my birthday, but this is the last time I'm actually saying that it's my birthday. Like, because it don't even make no sense. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I'm 40 years old now, because now I'm actually telling myself that I'm getting older, and I'm not doing that shit no more. At a certain point, nigga, I'm turning 26 this year. Ask about it. In the Kali Yuga, men and women will live together merely because of superficial attraction. See, this is what Pombajira is mad about. Y'all will crack just because they look good, just because they meet all of the surface requirements. Once again, the self realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. I don't give a fuck what you look like. Are we connected at a spiritual level? Is all I'm trying to figure out. Because I've been in this game for far too long. It's not a reason that a woman will stay with you. It's not even a reason why she will be with you. If it's not a reason that she will be with you, it's definitely not a reason that she will leave you. So what I'm saying is, don't get so caught up in that relationship and lose yourself in that relationship, especially if it's superficial, especially if y'all don't have a spiritual connection. Because the superficial shit, it fades. Men and women will live together merely because superficial attraction and success in business will depend on deceit. So this is the thing that y'all love to talk about when it comes to spiritual people. Oh, hood, you gotta get more followers, bro. You gotta do this more. You gotta put on a show. You gotta shake your ass, but wash yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do all of this shit. Listen, what I'm talking about is spiritual development. It's real, it's truthful, it can benefit you, but I'm not about to lie to you and say, yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's going to work out for you anyways. See, in this space, I've already have told people, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. You know what people did? They did whatever the fuck they wanted to do anyways. One's in the chat. One's in the chat, you give a nigga good advice and they don't take your advice. One's in the chat. One's in the chat, you gave somebody perfect advice and they looked at you like, yeah, I'm about to go get cracked by Bruce. So I'm not gonna like my business model is ass. My business model is shit. I'm not about to sit and lie to people all day to make $1. Once again, the self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. You understand that? I don't give a fuck about nothing but the truth. If it was like, oh, Hood, I don't like what you said, and it's that and a third. Was I lying? You was getting cracked by Bruce last night, and now you stressed out because he done drank you of your energy. Was I lying? You didn't want me to tell you that you shouldn't be fucking Bruce, but still the truth. I can't watch your videos no more. Still the truth. Listen, it's so easy to pander to people and tell people what they want to hear, to get to book readings, to book events, to do all of this shit. All of that shit is a bunch of losers coming together and being around a motherfucker that's lying to them. Because what does a loser like? A loser loves a liar. A loser loves a liar because the truth to a loser is an attack. Oh, you need to do better. You need to tighten your shit up. No, it's better to just tell you, ooh, that ass is getting fat, waist is getting smaller, titties is getting bigger. I'm loving it. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex. And the man will be known as Brahma just by his wearing a thread. And this is always the funny stuff. Girl be like, oh, I don't deal with dudes that wear dirty shoes. Like a nigga with dirty shoes can't go upside your goddamn head. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Dirty shoes, clean shoes, it don't matter. That don't got nothing to do with the quality and character of the man. It's been times I've been a great man and I just been leaving a construction site. And I done got a little paint on my boots, some dirt, dust on my boots. To me, it's kind of sexy because I've been putting in that work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm feeling like a chick should be looking at me in my steel toe boots. Like I want that nigga. Now that nigga right there in them steel toe dusty ass boots, he got like fresh dust on his goddamn jeans, girl. That mean that nigga just came off of work. And it's 6. That nigga must have been working overtime too, bitch. I think he might be a keeper. Why would you want the nigga in the fancy clothes that all the hoes like? And then this is what's gonna happen. He looked so good. He was so sexy. That's day 1. Day 10, I can't believe this nigga cheated on me. You said he was so sexy and he looked so good. That's how all the girls feel about him. No. I was just reading the highlights. A person's spiritual position will be ascertained merely according to external symbols. And on that same basis, people will change from one spiritual order to the next. A person's propriety will be seriously questioned if he does not earn a good living. And one who is very clever at juggling words will be considered a learned scholar. That be always the thing. Niggas will talk a good game, but they don't be having nothing to like share or nothing to like explain. Niggas just be talking a good game. In a good game, man, in this spiritual game, man, I've seen niggas not say shit and be given the world, you know? And I could just go down a list of weird ass spiritual niggas that people just love so much. But let me go ahead and put this link because this is a good article that breaks down the Kali Yuga, and it's super important for people to understand and understand what the Kali Yuga is because we living in that time. And listen, I don't give a fuck about what's going on in your life. I care about what's going on in your ability to realize who you are spiritually. That's why I'm gonna always be here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be here for a very long time, and not even on nothing braggadocious, but like I understand the importance of spiritual conversations in reference to humans understanding who they are as spiritual beings. You are a spiritual being, meaning that in this lifetime, your name was Tammy Johnson. In the last lifetime, your name was Sir Luther the Third. You was a goddamn Roman lord of a damn, I don't know, whatever they was doing in 1578 in your last lifetime. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? But before we go on to our next topic, the self-realized soul will not be bewildered, is not bewildered by such a change. So let's go back to the energy. All we're talking about is the Sun conjunct Mercury retrograde in this first decan of Leo. In my last video, which was like a week ago, I ain't had no internet, so please forgive me. In my last video, we was talking about how the Five of Wands, it feels like outer strife, but mainly, and that's the deacon of the first deacon of Leo, is ruled by the Five of Wands. And like I did a video and I was just like explaining how in this world you can experience a lot of drama from people, but that drama that you experiencing, it comes from inside. So use this time to really look at the decisions that you have made, right? That have you thinking, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right choice? Why did I act the way that I act? What should I do to move forward? Because I think that's a powerful thing to think about, because what tends to happen is that people don't reflect on what's going on inside of them, even reflecting on the decisions that they made. Most people think that every decision that they made was a good decision, even though they know that it was fucked up, right? But they'll just assume it. But you gotta be able to, exist within your decision making and be able to say, that was wrong. Why is that key? Because that makes it easier for you to make different decisions, better decisions. It's hard for you to be validated in wrong decisions and then make a good decisions the next time going around. You're more prone, whether you know it or not, to continuously make bad decisions if you don't do the inner work to like get into like, where is this confusion coming from? Where is this tension at? Because it's never outside of you. Yesterday we were talking about, like, I was having, I guess, a transformative experience. Whenever I have a transformative experience, I also understand that there are boundaries and barriers that need to come down. There are ideas that I have that I need to rejigger. I don't know if that's a word, but hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. There are things that I need to like rediscover within myself that changes the energy for me. Like I have to alter the energy, and I have to, the way that I alter the energy in my life is that I stop making the decision that I feel that is incorrect. And usually that's like a death. And so I have a negative emotional experience behind making changes, but I'm going to make them anyway because I know that the overall outcome is going to be positive. Same as working out. When you working out, you tearing your muscle down to nothing, but you do it with positivity because you know on the other end you get those gains and you have the girls looking at you a little longer in the face because they might want to give you a little cheekage a little later because they like your aesthetic. Different conversation, different time. Maybe we'll talk about it in the next video. Strife within the relationship where one or both parties act in a way which diminishes their self-respect. So this goes back to making changes in your relationship with people that you like. This is like the crash out. where if you crashing out, you don't care about your self-respect. If you crashing out, you could be possessed by a demonic entity. And when you crashing out, you diminishing your self-respect. That's why people in the county just be like, man, I don't even know how I even got here. I don't even know what I was even thinking about. Like, how did I even get here? It's like, yeah, that goddamn demon is possessing your ass and diminishing your self-respect every time you turn around. And once again, if you feel like your partner is the worst partner in the world, like you feel like your partner ain't shit, like just horrible, just leave. You know what I'm saying? Why are you going to sit and argue? You ain't going to change them. You're not going to make it right. It is what it is. And stand on it. If you leave, stand on it. You know what I'm saying? Stand on it. Don't go back. Whatever. Because if it's bad and it's evil to you, stand on it. And once again, if you get into a point where you fighting, arguing and fighting, throwing shit, the police is called, guess what? The outcome can be very damaging. And this could be this week, this could be times where it's like where you could be at a shopping mall or something. And your energy could be negative because you worried about the bills or something like that. And somebody just be like, shut up, old bitch ass nigga. And you just crash out instantly because your energy is already like, if anybody say something to me, I'm gonna just crash out anyways. Well, that's the spirit possessing you. And the spirit is going, it why does a spirit want you to crash out? Because a spirit wants you to be with him. It's like they dragging you down in the mud. You gotta fight against spirits. A spirit is going to cause strife within. And when you at a low state and you in a negative space, it's easy for a spirit to possess you, and you just find yourself in all types of bad situations that diminish your self-respect. Learning how to navigate this energy is key. And so this is just where we used to be at before the spell work was put down, right? Black love between black men and women was very easy, very simple for you to get you a nice little lady, settle down in a nice little home, and work it out. It wasn't like y'all was working together, even if granddad worked in the mill in the mine. He had a hard ass job in the factory, but he still had a good life because he had a good wife, good children, good home, good car, everybody working together. And now in 2024, we got Chief Keef and Sexy Red, you know what I'm saying, letting us know how black love is supposed to look in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Make America sexy again. So, once again, you can do it one or two ways. You can do whatever you want to do, or you can follow the rules of the game, follow the rules of the soul, and make your life a good life. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop bullshitting with this spiritual shit. The more you bullshit with this spiritual shit, the more it's going to affect you. So, right here is Taurus at 2 degrees, right? Taurus is at 2 degrees. I'm sorry, Uranus is at 2 degrees Taurus, and the symbol is an electrical storm, an epiphany of light, a powerful cosmic element existence that can transform human consciousness. And this is something that we can all take advantage of, right? We can all take advantage of it. And the way that we can take advantage of it is by smudging. And if you don't have a smudge kit, meaning you don't have a mortar and pestle, you don't have a cauldron, you don't have any resins, you don't have any sage, you don't have any incense, you don't have any Palo Santo, for as little as $44, you can go to Columbian Exchange and get you this whole smudge kit. And we got it on sale. you will get 15% off your whole entire order. Google even had it set up sweet for me to let you know the total cost with the discount in mind. Right? See how Google did me? Google let you know. It's $37.40 with promotion. You feel me? Shout out to Google letting you know 37.40 out the door. You feel me? Get you in the game, right? Because why am I connecting the two? We're talking about smoke and electricity. We're talking about intentions, and we're talking about smudging, and we're talking about spiritual work. So once again, you can do a whole bunch of random shit and it may or may not work for you. But if you want to actually connect to God, it's going to be through your burnt offerings. It's going to be through your smudging. Listen, let's just Google some shit to just get a feel for it. How long have humans been saging? Incense burners have been found to date back to Egypt's fifth dynasty, and that's from the 25th and 24th centuries BC. That's 4,500 years ago. And I'm sure there was burning stages and smudges longer than that. But like it's like damn, y'all just want to be goddamn drones and robots and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I just wish life would change for me. I wish life would get better for me. I would be looking at themselves like, oh shit, I haven't been burning no cinnamon. Damn. It hit you right in the goddamn gut. Like, damn, money low. I need to burn some damn cinnamon. Because I promise you, money was low, crazy low, stupid low. Now I had to start burning cinnamon and the shit started shifting for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Shit was crazy for a second. Crazy. And it's like books you can get. Like we talk about this shit, but it's always people that don't know. Encyclopedia of herbs, of magical herbs. Cunningham's Encyclopedia of magical herbs. $17. And it's like they not lying in this book. Humans not just about to lie to you about shit that work. It's like, if it don't work, then it would have faded out into oblivion. Like you gotta understand and understand its power in smudging, its power in burning herbs. In this full moon, that's why it's called observations and rituals. I hope you're doing rituals this week. I hope you tuned in and tapped into your energy so you can actually be able to perceive spiritual concepts. So you can live a good, healthy, and happy life. Don't be in the Kali Yuga, bro. Don't be in the age of darkness. Like so many niggas is trapped in the age of darkness because they don't want to go within themselves and understand that they have a soul. They don't want to burn herbs. They don't want to do no spiritual shit. Niggas just want some a booty to rub and a couple dollars in their pocket. One's in the chat, you give a nigga a girl with a big butt, couple dollars, and now he don't get you. You ain't gonna hear from him no more. Niggas disappear. What you been doing, all man? Staying out the way. One's in the chat, niggas love saying they've been staying out the way. Bro, what you been on lately? Staying out the way. Niggas love to stay out the way. But, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do if you want to make some shit happen? If you wanted to make some shit happen, and you wanted to talk to a spirit, you wanted to talk to an energy, you like, listen, I need to make some shit happen. I need to make some shit work. You got to understand electricity lightning, herbs. The herbs will transfer up into the air. The lightning travels down into the atmosphere, as above, so below. You might feel like, damn, I'm just a little earthly person and this, that, and the third. And that's your perception. I can't change that. But if you feel like you can get some shit popping, I guarantee you can get some shit popping. It can be devastating. It can, and this is where Uranus is at. Uranus is the planet of awakenings. You be surprised what your little ass cauldron can do when you be like, I've sat for hours burning into that goddamn charcoal, adding herbs to that charcoal, blowing them herbs. I look up, it looked like a damn forest fire in my room. I done been burning herbs so much into that deep of a trance. I know for a fact that I've changed my life though by doing that shit. I know that I've attracted business, I've attracted money from doing that shit. And I've been a person that don't do shit. I've been I wasn't doing shit last week. Last week I wasn't doing shit. I was just chilling. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about. I don't know. I was just chilling. And then I was just like, damn, money tight. Money tight. Then I'm just thinking like, damn, you've been chilling though. You've been chilling and money tight. What's the issue here? What we been missing? We're doing everything the same. What you been doing different? I ain't been burning herbs because I didn't have no charcoal. But I could go right down to the goddamn vape store and get a whole block of charcoal. So that ain't even no excuse. But sometimes you don't got the charcoal. You don't go to the store and you just haven't been burning shit. And you just kind of like, damn, I ain't, you don't really think it's a big deal either because it's just like, I'm this, that, and the third, And it's like, yeah, but you haven't been burning no herbs, my guy. And it's like, damn, that is right. So you mean as above, so below. So what I do on the below, it transfers above. And so, okay, let's talk about this. So that means to say that random shit is going to happen at random times, or intentional things are going to happen more than not. And you can just wait for a random lottery ticket. You can just wait for a random success to happen, or you can be intentional with this shit. You can burn those herbs, and somebody in my house like goddamn cinnamon. Well, here goes some cinnamon for your ass, nigga. Cause I need a couple dollars to come through on the goddamn Cash App. Goddamn blowing a vessel in my goddamn third eye. Blowing into that shit. Like, what you doing, daddy? Burning herbs, son. Burning herbs. Yet there is hope to open it up to these higher forces to some significant degree, and thereby experiencing the revelation of vast possibilities for the expression of our spiritual aspect within a physical context. Now, this could be random, willy-nilly shit, or it could be very intentional in reference to smudging, something that people have been doing for 4,500 years. No, 65, well, 4,500 years ago, because they was just some crazy idiots. And they should have just got a job building the damn pyramids and shut the fuck up instead of burning herbs, right? That's let you say it. So once again, smoke and electricity are synonymous. Smoke and hot gases from fires create a conductive path for electricity. One's in the chat, if y'all can read that. It's just plain English. Smoke and hot gases from fires can create a conductive path for electricity, for circuits. Smoke components can be electrically conducive and deposit a conducive layer on circuit. If you smell burning or see smoke near power circuits or switches, you should turn off the electricity at the circuit breaker or main switch. Why? Because the path is broken somewhere and the smoke lets you know it's a problem. But all of this is science, but it's also religious. Because in Leviticus chapter 9, verse 24, it states that the smoke signals are God's acceptance of the sacrificial offerings, symbolizing his approval and blessings. But when you reading it outside of science, it's almost like, what is the metaphysics behind smoke? It ain't no metaphysics behind smoke. It's literal, it's realistic, it's physical. Every light that's happening, any light that's going down, the circuit is being protected by smoke and sent through the area through smoke. It's small combustions that's causing smoke that's being insulated by whatever leather, plastic covering, so the smoke don't get out. If you cut a wire right now that's on, guess what's going to happen? It's going to smoke. Smoke is the energy and the power for electricity. So when you are burning things to spirits, you are connecting to different spirits, different entities, different gods, different energies. Now, what you decide to intend in your offerings is up to you. But please understand that you are making things happen when you burn things, when you offer things. And it could be simple things like the burning of the herb is an offering. We cook meals, we cook food, and cooking of that food is the burnt offering. But you also look at lightning as a spiritual modality. Like Zeus is very real. Zeus is thunder and lightning. So if it's thunder and lightning happening, maybe that's Zeus talking to you. And if you want to communicate during a thunderstorm, it's so powerful to burn herbs with your intention. This week, there'll be thunderstorms. As I was doing this live, it was thundering and raining, right? Just a short little thunder and rainstorm. I understand and understand what's talking about because I understand the spiritual world. None of this, the spiritual world creates the physical world. And as human beings, we have the ability to tap into the spiritual world. The difference, though, is that it's not all random. It's very structured and it's very ordered, and it is very important to like burn your herbs, do your sacrifices, do your offerings, right? And where are we at? Real quick, not even real quick, but just in passing, I wanted to talk about the other T square that was taking place because what I've been talking about is the sun, moon, and Uranus T square. T squares just represent challenges and not really challenges to hold you back, but challenges to overcome so you can be stronger. And the strength that we're talking about is spiritual strength. So the other T square that's taking place is Venus, Saturn. Venus opposed Saturn, dealing a lot with being instructed in your relationships, how to move in your relationships. But then with Mars and Jupiter, it's kind of like very well, we can go through it point by point so we can get very clear on the energy. But and I want to talk about the moon one more time too. So right off the bat, Aquarius at 23, this is where Saturn is at. And the Sabian symbol is simply the discipline of self-control or the demonstration of self-control. So that's counterintuitive to full moon energy, where there is people that want to do whatever they want to do, people who understand that doing whatever you want to do is not the way to go, and people that's just now, getting their ass kicked because they want to do whatever they want to do. But then it's a flip side to the game that people who move according to spirit, move according to soul, not moved by the external world. And that to the external world is, oh, you got a lot of discipline, you got a lot of self control. No, I just don't care about the human world. I'm a spiritual being. I'm not an animal. I'm not unconscious. I'm very conscious and very deliberate and very intentional. Venus, on the other hand, is at 23 degrees Leo, and this is flair, audacity, and daring, which brings us back to what we were talking about, Pambajira. There is a understanding of skill. Skill to a person that doesn't have the skill is like, man, that person can do whatever he wants. That person is amazing. But it's not like they work towards to get to that level of control and power, right? So let's just deal with the paradox. The spiritual journey is by no means structured or clear. We need to approach our life experience with subtlety and ability. So what this is saying is it's like misinformation, because that ability that you develop is going to be structured. And if you don't know what ability you have, then you're not clear on it. So the spiritual journey is not structured and clear, because I can't tell you what you need to do. But you can tell me what you need to do depending on how clear you are, and then you can demonstrate it by how structured you are. So you and it's person like you should be getting better at something. Like writing this book over this period of time, I'm just trying to get better at writing, getting better at channeling, getting better. Like I want people to read this book and change the way that they live and change the way that they express themselves. But this is like me mastering myself. So it has to work for me too. It can't work for other people and not work for me. That don't make sense. So I'm trying to organize it in a way that it's beneficial for people. Like I don't want it just to be a book where it's like this book is my book that y'all getting. Like my work, I be wanting people to like take it and make it theirs. That's why I like the workbook structure. I like, you know what I'm saying? So once again, I can't tell you what you need to do. That's the only reason that people think that the spiritual journey is not structured or it's not clear, because we don't know. But you know, right? And that's what this goes into saying. The balance of skills and qualities needed to progress higher levels of integrated consciousness are comparable to that of a virtuoso or a prodigy, one who has mastered a number of quite different abilities and can demonstrate that mastery at will. The seeker's path by no means is safe or easy. It requires us all to occasionally put ourselves in harm's way as a normal condition of life. And what this simply means is when you follow your spirit, you're going to be led this week in a way that is like, I'll just give you an example from myself because that's the only thing that I can think of right now. Don't put out a book because nobody will buy the book, right? And it make a lot of sense, right? Because I don't know if anybody gonna buy the book, but people have been buying the pre-orders, so they already been buying it. If you really want to think about it, but to put something out, to put a book out, that's really nerve wracking for real. You don't know if people going to read your book. I did this video. I don't know if people going to click on and watch this video, but I've been working towards something and I feel like I have a lot to offer and I feel like it can benefit you. I'll stand in front of a truck for that. Every time I stand in front of the truck stop. Yeah, I'm like in that movie, right? Where I stand in front of the truck and the truck be like, it hit the brakes and it stopped right in front of my face like this. And I just be looking at the truck like, damn, you could almost hit me. But then it'd be like, God be like, yeah, you have a purpose and you got to live in your purpose. So we're not going to blow you down with a semi truck. We're going to let you continue your purpose. And like be risk, take risk. You know what I'm saying? Take risk, no doubt, but do the spiritual work first so that your risk is informed by intuition. And then finally, where you have Jupiter and Mars in Taurus and the third deacon of Taurus, that deacon is about failure, but failure of the external world, and all you are left with is you. And to me, this jewelry shop is your solar plexus chakra. This is where the raw material is you. You are the human resource, right? And you could take your time and your energy, man. You could create something amazing. And this is what you gotta. I really like. I know that I can't personally get inside of people's body, but man, I really wish that people understand that you are the human resource. You are the raw material that you have to cultivate. You are the one, you are the Neo, you are the Matrix. But with all of that being said, because we're still dealing with an Aquarius moon, Saturn Aquarius, what can you offer to people? And this is the rawest, gut wrenching thing because a lot of people that I know, because they've been living in the age of darkness, the only motherfucker that they've been actually really caring about is they self. And they don't feel that they can offer anybody something substantial. And that's cool, right? That's cool. And you might be right. But at a certain point, when you want to deal with the alignment of the energy, you got to get over yourself and you got to figure out how you can enter into the marketplace, how you can enter into the collective unconscious, how can you help people in a real way. And sometimes we think we got an idea, it's the wrong idea. We need to come up with a whole nother idea. And that's the ego. Sometimes you got to get deeper. Sometimes you got to get deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and be like, come on, baby, I ain't got enough dick for all of that, right? You're like, I can't go no deeper. But it's like, yeah, you got to just keep going deeper inside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Crafting raw materials into something more precious gives evidence of a profound symbiotic relationship with nature. So once again, the word is not trick words, is not mythological, allegorical. It is getting out into nature, like really seeing how nature works, seeing what you resonate with. It could be an animal. And so many times I've had so many downloads, so many doors have opened because I've seen a deer. And then I'm like looking up what the spiritual meaning of a deer is, and it'll just be right what I needed to hear at that moment. You know, and it's just so much that nature provides that when you begin to connect yourself to nature and understand that you have a little bit of a level beyond nature because you have the ability to cultivate your spiritual self in the ways that can help humanity. Like you don't realize that you're here to help humanity, and that will be the issue for Aquarius full moon. And the reason that you don't feel that you have enough energy to assist humanity is because you have been gaslit into having sex prematurely, overusing it, not understanding the power of it. Then when it comes to seeing yourself, man, it be like, oh yeah, I can't really see my spiritual growth and spiritual development, and this spiritual shit is hard. It's like, you know what that mean? You wasn't it wasn't that you ain't nobody teach you how to suck dick. I need a master. I need a guru to help me meditate and get deeper inside of myself. Ain't nobody teach you how to suck dick. You was gobbledygook on that shit. So when it comes to your spiritual development, it should be that type of enthusiastic nature. It should be that amount of love for yourself, not pleasing some stranger on a late night creep, talking about, oh, this head was good. Our life path moves us irrevocably through circuitously towards greater and greater demonstrations of personal excellence. This arises through the twin processes of becoming increasingly aware of our given potential and refining that raw material into even more impressive, shining facets. So, wherever you at today, think about how you could improve. This week, think about how you can improve. And it's going to be so important that you do not pay attention to what's like, you can't help it because it's going to be so sensational this week. It's going to be very sensational, very charged. It's a full moon. The last full moon, what did they do? I think they did some crazy shit. Every full moon, it's election season. They come in with the goddamn fireworks. I can just guarantee it that some bullshit is going to happen tomorrow in reference to them utilizing this full moon energy. So, with all of this being said, let's deal with the closing remarks and closing understandings and just more of what I want you to walk away with this video. Being that I haven't done a lot of videos in a while, probably have more to say in this video than other videos, but I've been got over that. People like the longer videos, and I don't. It's just something that I do. So with that being said, the moon is going to be at Aquarius at 3 degrees, and the Sabian symbol for this particular placement is the refusal to accept the unacceptable. Certain of society's constraints and requirements are simply inappropriate for us, and we cannot and must not comply. Refusing to comply with the inappropriate authority, which brings us back to Pambajira in the ways to supersede that lower level of consciousness, which is people were trying to hold me back to dealing with the higher level of consciousness, to not even be concerned with what's going on in the 3D reality. And I would say if you are like, if you feel guilty about it, like maybe I'm ignoring it, then I say go deep into the Republican Democratic debate, choose a side until you get exhausted, right? Because if you feel like you missing out, FOMO, things like that, then you will not take the time to go deep within yourself. Right? You won't take the time to do it because you will feel like voting for Trump is going to save your ass. Voting for Kamala is going to save your ass. How? How, Sway? You don't got all the answers, Sway. Whatever we can endure on the inner planes withstands all that comes. So once again, if we can begin to develop a close relationship with our soul, there is something that is going to make dealing with the external world a breeze. And they're good at setting up play after play after play, hijacking every moon, hijacking every transit to get you into a space where you are in fear mode. But the reality is, you can send mail to goddamn Palestine tomorrow, and it's a nigga delivering mail trying to dodge EMFs and bombs and drones and shit. Kids going to school. Like, this is real shit that's happening. Kids going to school, don't know if their school bus going to get bombed or not. So with all of this being said, if the shit hits the fan, you still going to have to figure out how you going to make it in this life. And if the shit hits the fan, you be like, oh no, I'm scared, I don't know what I'm going to do, you going to crash out. And the thing about crashing out is that there ain't no solution for crashing out. You just gonna be in a worse position than you was before you crashed out. Because I'm telling you, these spirits, they love when you are afraid of the external world. They love it. They will feed off of your fear. They will feed off of your doubt. They will possess your ass and you will crash out and ain't no saving you. Because you don't understand that you have a soul. You don't understand that all this shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. If Kamala and Trump started fucking on the White House lawn, that would be more in alignment with the energy than who gives a fuck if they presidents. It's a communist society. It's communist societies right now. It's third world countries right now. India exists right now. They shitting into a wooden man. I don't know how they be boo booing. In rural India, this is the land of Kali, Vishnu, Shiva. They got all of the deities, but at the end of the day, in rural India, many people defecate in the open or practice open defecation due to a lack of toilets, poverty, and cultural norms. You talking nigga about the game, and he like, I'm about to go over here and take. He ain't even gonna tell you. You just gonna be shitting while you telling him, man, LeBron, he hit him with 10 assists, 5 rebounds. You can't tell me LeBron is the GOAT. Yeah, that nigga is the GOAT. Yeah, that nigga is the GOAT, man. Oh man, what the fuck? What the fuck they having that goddamn Curry? Nigga just letting it go. You know what I'm saying? And we like, oh my God, I don't know what we gonna do. What we gonna do? Nigga, you if you lived in rural India, you would be like, man, you wouldn't even tell nobody. You would just start taking a shit in mid conversation. If you was in rural India, you would step in shit and not think nothing of it. You'd be like, God damn, I done stepped in shit again. That's the 5th time today. I gotta start paying more attention. In real life, in real terms, you could be in the most craziest situations and circumstances. The moment that you think, oh my God, what is I'm gonna do? What is we gonna do? Who's gonna help me? You gonna be like, I voted for Kamala. Niggas gonna be like, I voted for Trump. I can't believe this is happening. What is you gonna say when the shit hits the fan? You gonna tell the goddamn military force who you voted for? That's gonna save your ass. You don't understand communism. You don't understand nothing about government, politics, nothing like that. Listen, the more you study this shit, the more you be like, oh, this shit is crazy. And whatever, and if you don't get into the inner planes, how are you going to withstand all that comes? You don't think that they preparing for riots in Chicago today? Thousands of activists expected in Chicago for a Democratic convention to call for Gaza ceasefire. You think they not going? Do you think that they're not going to channel this energy for a full moon? You don't think that they're going to utilize this full moon energy for their own personal benefit to cause more confusion, to get people to crash out more and more? Thousands of activists are expected in Chicago for a Democratic convention to call for Gaza ceasefire. What about other shit? If you're a black person in Chicago, we even got to talk about that at this point. I start that the damn computer start glitching. What you gonna do? What you gonna do if the shit hit the fan? What you gonna do? You gonna be sitting there crying under a bridge? I can't believe that this has happened that I had no control over in the first place. Like, what was I going to do? Was I going to protest, riot, join the CIA? I just don't know. At the end of the day, face life head on, face life from the inner planes. Like, at the end of the day, do some damn magic. At the end of the day, get out of goddamn Chicago for the day. Just see what happens when it's all said and done. Just be like, man, I'm so happy I got up out of that place for this week. That was the best decision I ever could have made. Who wants to be around a function with all of these people? Like, people fucking hate this administration. Like, it's just so much going on that I'm just like, nah, I I'm in Detroit. I just want to probably go to the goddamn east side. Just chill by the river, just because you just don't know what's coming from the goddamn west that day. Goddamn. And meet all things without buckling under is earned, not gifted. So the ability to face life head on and meet all things without buckling is earned, not gifted. It inevitably requires that the individual must go against society and its norms and rules in order to find their true unique path. Oh, they about to go crazy. Like, I'm not even wishing bad on the city. I'm just looking at the energy, and it's going because niggas gonna be surprised. Like, oh, I can't believe that it went down in Chicago on Monday. Oh, it was a full moon. Niggas gonna be after the fact. It was a full moon. That's why niggas went crazy. No, a full moon, like a full, and it don't take the dark time for niggas to go crazy. A full moon is gonna be a full moon all damn day. Just because you can't see it, don't mean like, man, they've been working that land energetically for years. They are doing high level conjuring, like high level rituals. And I'm just like, man, fight back, stand up. Like, man, it ain't even really nothing you could do to stop it. But at the same time, don't escape. Escapism is a person's tendency to use activities or behaviors to avoid unpleasant aspect of life and distract their minds. In my work, when I'm working with people, this is the shit right here. Niggas want to escape into spirituality as a way to like not deal with life. And no, that ain't how it works. Escapism is the tendency to distract oneself from real life problems. In the spiritual community, just in communities, red pill, pink pill, any type of pill you could be taking, any type of ideology, decenter men, all of these concepts is just different forms of escapism. Like, now you don't need men. Now you don't need women. Now you don't need black people. Now you don't need white people. Like, we all are a part of the web in the fabric of time and space continuum. We all need each other. When you take one person away, this fabric gets weaker. The dead will tell you, if you ever did any medium work, any channeling work, ain't no dead person like, man, I'd rather be dead, man. I'm happy I'm dead. No spirit says that. No spirit says that. When you have life, you have the greatest gift ever. But most people don't recognize that gift because they are under the tendency to distract themselves from real life problems. And even deeper, when you look at the deacon that the full moon is in, the first deacon of Aquarius, the card that rules that deacon is the Five of Swords. The element of this card, the element of this card of defeat, that's the name of the card, defeat, is fear. Like, we so afraid of immigrants, we so afraid of Kamala, we so afraid of Trump, we so caught up in this bullshit, and they do this shit every 4 years. I can't believe that in 2024, this is the year that niggas think that this is the year that politicians care about their ass. Why now, all of a sudden? Why did, like, we've been living our lives and never once have a politician came down into our neighborhoods and never gave a fuck about what we got going on. Especially federal, like, we gotta understand the difference between federal, which is the business, and state, which is the government. The business is federal. This is all a game. And the game is spiritual, and the game is centered in fear. Why would the game be centered in fear? Because when you in fear mode, everything shuts down. Fear distorts our view of the present and the unknown and the future. So once again, how are they going to play it this week? How are they going to play it this week? They're going to incite fear. Fear is going to allow you to make all the decisions on who the president is, how to move forward in this reality. It's going to just create such a false narrative of everything, because once again, we are in the age of darkness, and the only thing that's really selling, the only thing that's really going is your soul. Within your soul, there is no fear. Within your spiritual development, there is no fear. And if they blow this whole motherfucker up, what the fuck is you going to do about it? When you are entering into your spiritual beingness, what are you going to do? When you transition out the body, what you going to do about it? You have and this is the biggest thing that fear does. Fear shuts you down in the afterlife. Fear turns you into a ghost because you get so caught up in not knowing what's happening on the spiritual side, when in this space, you could be meditating, dreaming, cultivating a good movie to understand how this shit actually works. What dreams may come. He was a painter, and he lived in his afterlife in all of his paintings. His wife, right? This is how real life is. He died, and I think his son died, and his daughter died, and it was just him. I mean, it was just her. So she used that as an excuse to feel bad. She used that as an excuse to feel fearful. So he was in heaven, his son was in heaven, his daughter was in heaven. Guess where her ass went? Her ass went to hell because of how she felt. And it makes sense, right? In the age of darkness, it makes sense. She got a right to feel bad. She lost her husband, her son, and her daughter. But see, we in the order reality that the only thing that makes sense is the truth. That's the only thing that makes sense. And the truth is, you can't make a conscious decision within your soul to say, all right, I'm in fear. I'm working with my soul, but now I'm just super depressed now. His wife was the painter and he was the doctor. Okay. It was a reality where when he was transitioning, when he first transitioned, his life existed within a painting. And his world was that painting that he loved so much. When you think about it, that's the power of art. And I'm not just talking about like paintings, I'm talking about music. Like it's been times where I've dreamed and I've dreamt in a song, and that song have been a reality that have been created. And they'll be like, well, that don't make sense. But why is it a song like just like Michael Jackson, where billions of people know this song? And then it'd be like, a mixtape rapper from Idaho that you'll never know, right? It's two different. It's the same medium, but it's also a different reality when you can begin to like understand the spiritual nature of entertainment and art. It goes back to dance, right? It's like we talking about melanated people with so much talent, so much ability based upon the soul. Another good movie to watch is Soul with Jamie Foxx, right? Because he was actually going into the spiritual realm to come up with the jazz. Like this was, I feel like they was letting you know what was happening with John Coltrane. That's why I say when John Coltrane transitioned, I felt like that was the time. That's when they put the spell down. 1967. He died at 40 years old. He was 40. John Coltrane was 40 years old. Damn. All of the work that he did, it just like it's blowing my mind right now. But at the same time, when they took him out, when the avant-garde scene died, they replaced it with syncopated rhythms. And at that point, Black people didn't have, I mean, the internet, I can download every John Coltrane CD, every Alice Coltrane CD. But before the internet, you would have had to go to the record store. You imagine going to Best Buy and like, y'all got any John Coltrane, any Alice Coltrane? Like, what the fuck, man? We got this Metallica. We got this Guns N' Roses. We got this goddamn Scarface. We don't got no John Coltrane. So what I'm saying is, it's easy to lock up people down if you steal their music away from them. And that's what they did. They took our music away, they took our art away, and thus they took our ability. Like music is great now, don't get me wrong. But in comparison to like avant-garde jazz, like John Coltrane made a song that like created a star or something like that. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Maybe people in the chat know what I'm talking about. But it was this song that he made where he wrote a song and he utilized the whole scale, and every song, I mean every note that he hit, it created this pattern of a pentagram. Now I don't think Jay-Z could do that. I don't think Eminem could do that. I mean, words is cool, but to sit with the scale and say, all right, I'm gonna make a song that's gonna draw a pentagram, that's some deep shit. That's some deep shit. And I'm not even smart to get into the reality of what he was even like. I'm not even, I just know that's some impressive thing. That's very impressive. I would actually spend some time in the future trying to figure out. See, they got a video for it, but it's an hour long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an hour long. So I will I will copy this link and put it in the chat. Maybe y'all wanna maybe y'all will want to read it, listen to it. But yeah, our modern music and our modern music industry is not going to promote. When you look at John Coltrane was like one of the biggest stars in music, and he was a horn player. They ended that shit up real quick because you got to understand, John Coltrane by himself can awaken you. I don't think y'all understand or understand what I'm saying, but if you was like, damn, I just need to tap into the spiritual realm and I just want to listen to some music that's going to tap me in. John Coltrane is his avant-garde bag necessary. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of the music, like he got a lot of records, but I've been telling myself at a certain point, I'll put out the list of songs that, or the list of CDs. I was listening to John Coltrane today. And it's you know how in Apple Music you'll be listening to a CD and then that CD will end and then they'll just start playing random shit. That, like, you know, John Coltrane is different because like you can listen to a John Coltrane CD and the instant that I hear a song that's not John Coltrane or Alice Coltrane, I know that I need to change music because I don't even like jazz. It's not even something that I'm liking or even understanding or feeling, but the spiritual truth that's behind John Coltrane's music is so very, very powerful. So, all of this to say, the spiritual world and art are closely related and connected. And I treat talented people like gods because I know that you are gods. I know that you are spiritual entities, especially the type of talent that you can't teach, especially the type of talent that you can't teach, but then you can teach others. Oh, that is God level Aquarian shit. So these people have nothing to fear. It's only the people that haven't cultivated their God given talents and the people who are so tied into themselves that they don't think that they apply to the Aquarian fold of things. Like Aquarius is simply a god or goddess that taps into the spiritual well, gathers water, and carries it to his community and village or her community and village. And the community and village are sustained by those spiritual waters. So find yourself in that. The Five of Swords is also talking about betrayal or sneak attack by someone you trust and do not suspect as your enemy. There may be an unfaithful partner or a jealous person in your life who is sabotaging behind your back. Our fear may be the result of losing control emotionally due to previous hurt from relationships. And this is big. This is big. Previous hurts from relationships. If you haven't worked through any energy clearing from previous relationships, like I just think about like the girl that you was like, oh man, I can't get over her. My heart is broken. I can't believe that that happened. Oh, my heart is broken. This, that, and the third. Well, do you feel that way now? You know what I'm saying? If you ever had that feeling where somebody had broke your heart and you got over it, well, the reason why your heart is not broken and you can move on is because the energy have cleared, right? And you got to actually think about it because, like, man, I for sure went through it. I for sure, like, if you put all of your energy into a relationship and it don't work out for whatever reason, the best thing to do is clear the energy. Because what is the other thing you could do? You could cry, plead, and beg for them to come back into your life. You can cry, beg, and plead for them to change. And there's no guarantee that they're going to change. Like, if the relationship didn't work, clear the energy. I'm not saying if you're trying to make it work, if y'all on the rocks, if it didn't work and you're not happy and y'all not together, clear the energy. May not know how to clear the energy. I got a free article on the White Rabbit Substack. You can click the first link in my description and go through the article. It's not going to cost you nothing. But when we talk about basic spiritual, I guess, ethics, you got to banish energy. And the worst type of energy that's going to slow you in your spiritual work is from past relationships. Once again, this is so powerful. I can't really stress it enough. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. If the relationship didn't work out, the relationship didn't work out. Clear the energy. Or make the relationship work. Stop being 50-50 with people. Stop having your heart broke by people. Stop wanting the relationship to work. If they don't want you or you don't want them or y'all in a long distance or it ain't what it's supposed to be, clear the energy. If they cheated on you, clear the energy. If you cheated on them, clear the energy. If you don't know how, like somebody's going to comment on my video, there are so many different things you can do to clear the energy besides meditate. And it's like, I really have a pet peeve around that, because stop acting like you tried meditation. Stop acting like you really gotten to a level where you did deep meditation, clearing work, because that's what I did. I got so deep in my meditation, I done forgot the girl's name. You know what I'm saying? What is her name again? I don't even be knowing that chick's name for real. Like, I'll be asking like, hey, what's that girl's name? I don't even know. That's how deep you got to get into your meditation, because the mind is clever. The mind is tricky. The ego is clever. The ego is tricky. It can utilize these past relationships as boundaries to you even seeing how great of a person you is. Your soul is so powerful that if a girl is telling you, you know what, nigga, you ain't shit, you gonna be like, well, my girl told me that I wasn't shit, so I must not be shit, and be depressed. It's people that's sad, depressed, in mental institutions by what somebody done told them. Mom, dad, family member, lover, all of this shit. Clear the energy. I don't even remember what a nigga had said in reference to whatever they would said that I couldn't do or wouldn't do. When you clear the energy, you clear the energy. And you just left with who you are at a pure energetic state. That's who you are. That's who you are always going to be at. It's best to deal with that state, because the person can say, well, you don't love me like you used to. You don't look as good as you used to. And they could be dead ass wrong. What's the problem? You internalize it. You allow it into your energy space. And now you're reflecting on, damn, she said my dick was little. She said, I got a little dick. She said, I got a little dick. It's just repeating in your mind. You're a little dick ass nigga. You're a little dick ass nigga. It's just on repeat. Clear the energy. I can't get it out of my mind, hood. She said, my dick was little. Clear the energy, bro. Who gives a fuck? You a soul. You know what I'm saying? You can do some Shiva meditations. You have a dick as big as a rocket. She can't get enough of that motherfucking shit if you did the right meditations. You mean it'll really get bigger? No. Spiritually, though, you will have a spiritual cock. Might give it to her good in her dreams, and she'll just love you for that. You know what I'm saying? It'll work out. You know what I'm saying? Do the right meditations, clear the energy, right? So I'm going to end this video with, make sure you do rituals this week. Waxing moon, lead into a full moon, right? Or later in the week, waning moon, leading to a new moon. Get into your ritual bag. If you need to release, if you need to add, if whatever you need to do your rituals. And it's a double entendre, right? WRITE, write it down. And the second write is more or less to understanding what it means. What does it mean to write? A formal act or procedure of religious observance performed according to an established manner. You are the one that establishes the manner. You are the one, it's custom. It's what you decide. But what I'm saying is have your steps ordered. Have your shit in a like write it down. Like I'm not gonna. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. I mean, the book is coming. The book is coming soon. The last chapter is ritual, but I like it was like a perfect ending to the book because it just allows it to like hammer home. But I'm really going deep into what does a ritual look like. So you could wait for the book or you can get into it now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no wrong way to do it, but make sure that how you do it is a real way. I guess the real way, the wrong way is just to randomly just do shit. Which randomly doing shit is not bad unless it's like order chaos. I would say where these is like earth could mean anything, but make sure you got earth. Water could mean anything, but make sure you got water. Air could mean anything. It could be an incense, frankincense, a smudge stick, but make sure you have air, right? Fire could be a candle. It could be a 7-day candle. It could be a one of them small boys, a votive, but make sure you have fire, right? A wand, you could create you a wand or you could get a twig from outside, but make sure you have a wand. You get me? So it's like there is freedom, but there's also order. And if you are in alignment with the four elements, in alignment with whatever thought forms that represent spiritual development for you, make sure that those are incorporated. But don't be afraid. Don't be weirded out by having a ritual, because that fear and that motherfuckers gonna think I'm crazy doing a ritual. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do kind of look crazy. You do kind of look weird. But at a certain level, you making shit happen for yourself to a degree that shit would have never happened unless you did the spiritual work. So if I can help you utilize my links, maybe you can help yourself utilize your own damn links. I don't really care. But the purpose of my conversation is to let people know what's happening on the spiritual realm, let people know what's about to be happening this week. And I will be back to doing more regular videos as soon as I get the internet set up in my home, which should be sometime this week. But with all that being said, make sure, make sure you visit columbianexchange.com, pre-order Blue Magic, which is coming out this week. We also have the Yoni Steam Seat, since the sitz bath, the steam bundle. With this is you get everything you need to do a steam. You get the chair, you get the bath, you get the steam. All you got to do is sit your ass down. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on sale on the store. As long as y'all buy from the store, I'll keep everything on sale because this store really is just everything that I love. And I didn't never really wanted to become rich off this shit. That's why shit's not expensive. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to like be able to, energy exchange is energy exchange. But I really wish that people like will get the work, do the work, and self-realize. That's what I hope. I hope that you get in contact with your soul. All the books are on there, classes, we got capsules. Make sure you also visit my other business, whiterabbitpsych.com. We got free stuff on there as well. Everything. I mean, of course, you're going to have to buy products if you want products, but we have a free psychedelic therapy journal and worksheet. You could do this with tea. This is a real good theory. This is a good worksheet. You can download it for free. Very intuitive. And once again, you do everything on your own. You know what I'm saying? You feeling everything on your own. You do the work on your own. And from there, you get your results. Like I can't do the work for you, but I can give you the menus. And from there, you can order your food. Another thing about White Rabbit Psych, I want to say before I get out of here, let me we do have the 25% off sale. Use promo code 25 off in checkout. That will give you 25% off your order. That sale ends tomorrow on Monday on the full moon. So if you was thinking about it, want to save some money, this would be a good time to make that purchase. But with all that being said, man, this has been my show. This is my channel, The Hood Mystic. If you're new here, subscribe, like the video if you're here, share the video with somebody who may need the content, man. I'm just trying to up my presentation a little bit. And like I said, I planned on doing a 3-hour video. Looking at the time, it's actually 3 hours, 6 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now, but look forward to more content from me, more content from the initiates. Join the Discord server. We got things popping over there. And once again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to know a little bit more about how you can be a part of the initiates or whatever, got a new email address. That's Kyrie@hoodmystic.com. I want to see who's going to be the first person to email me a question, comment, and concern. But with this, we taking off. It's only up from here. You understand what I'm saying? Spiritual development over anything. And once again, before I get out of here, just remember that the self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. I'm the Hood Mystic, man. This has been another video in reference to the full moon, the T squares that's happening, the goddamn Chicago Democratic National Convention that's taking place. All of these energies, man, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay prayed up, blessed, all of that good shit. Stay tuned in and tapped into your spirit, guides, so forth and so on. I will catch y'all on the flip side in the next video. Really appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And once again, thanks for the support. And I'll see y'all on the flip. Peace.
You are traveling with the Hood Mystic. Time to tap in now. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer.